In 2006, a video began to surface on numerous video sharing websites showing footage taken from the ground around the World Trade Center towers. The footage was supposedly titled LOL Superman. This mysterious video reportedly captured footage of jumpers hitting the ground at high speeds, in which the aftermath of the collisions were later shown. LOL Superman served the purpose of a shock video. These types of videos are still widely popular to this day, and at the time of being released, the footage was allegedly reposted on a number of websites. But since then, footage of the shock video has never been obtained due to its controversy and takedowns. In this video, we'll be discussing the ongoing search for LOL Superman. This screenshot was discovered by the OP of the original thread on a Pinterest account by the name of Kev. Looking at the account, the owner posted a whole collection of 9/11 related pictures. Now, regarding the video footage, it was recounted back in 2015 on a paranormal board on 4chan. The anonymous poster stated that the video was hosted back in the early days of YouTube, when there weren't a ton of rules and restrictions, further explaining that the channel that uploaded the video was deemed trollish, and often posted videos from the perspective of being very close to the base of one of the towers. They go on to explain that you could see them hit the floors and cars that were below them, and of course, the damage caused was also shown. The comments on the video were hateful towards the uploader, as they would title the videos inappropriately. Scrolling through the comment thread, others have stated they also remember seeing the footage, but they all recall different things happening. Because of this, no one was able to find the footage, and the search for it became quiet. Until July 30th, 2022, where Reddit user TheSketchyDude posted on the r/lostmedia subreddit looking for more information on the video. It was at this time that the missing video was receiving a huge amount of attention. Many people have come forward with their own personal experiences with the video and have provided insight. So let's see what was being discussed. Before we go any further, I want to explain beforehand that most of the information that has been documented is currently all speculation, and some leads have been debunked, which I'll be explaining as we go along. From the Reddit post, it was told that the video is supposedly no longer than 2 minutes at most, and is comprised of shaky cam footage. The time of the video itself is unknown. It's certain to have taken place somewhere between the first impact in the North Tower and the collapse of the South Tower. With these two things in mind, many people have wondered who is the one who recorded the footage. The only lead that's been presented is footage captured from the WABC TV camera nearby, which catches two individuals making their way up the flight of stairs towards the World Trade Center plaza. This short video taken from the Internet Archive has been rumored to show the original cameraman involved. Adding on to this, 3 pictures have been created that showcase the probable past of the cameraman seen before the WABC TV footage. The past that was likely taken after they went up the staircase. This past seems to match with the single frame that is left from the video, and the third image predicts the past taken after the initial frame and could have possibly been the location of the body impacts. Now, regarding the video itself, it is believed that the video starts off as the 2 cameramen are making their way up the stairs towards the plaza and then quickly running to one of the sides of the North Tower. As stated before when looking at the 4chan post, those who have witnessed this video made a number of different claims. The only part that seems to be agreed upon are the close-up recordings of the fallen victims. One of the more popular claims is that the video depicts bodies falling from the towers and impacting nearby cars. This, however, is questionable since the original poster on 4chan claims to have not remembered this, and there aren't necessarily any verified victims that had any impact with cars. Adding on to this, there wouldn't have been any cars in the area of the plaza supposedly when the video was recorded. When we look at what platforms the video was posted, again, it was originally stated that it was on YouTube. However, other witnesses have stated that they have viewed it on other websites and media. One user, Koopa Cookies, claimed to have heard traditional Iraqi music chants as background music, that 2 bodies literally exploded and turned into a red mist into the floor, and watched it on Ogrish, which was a shock site, while another user claimed to have watched it on a website ending with the URL 666.com. But of course, these cannot be confirmed, but with the rise of the video's popularities and its true whereabouts, the availability is essentially the biggest thing on the lookout. Because of how gruesome and disturbing the footage is, there's a good chance that a majority of the websites have hosted the video before, but they likely don't have it anymore. Because of this, many attempted to contact those who may have had the footage. On October 22nd, 2020, one person posted the results in regards to contacting the 9/11 Museum in New York. After asking them about potentially possessing the video, they received an email stating, "Thank you for reaching out. We do not have the right to share or license the footage you're looking to obtain. Wish we could be more of help. Good luck on your quest to find these videos." Nearly 1 month later, on November 26, 2022, another individual allegedly sent a Freedom of Information Act request to the FBI in order to obtain the video. They would go on to explain how they told him about the journalist footage and said that if they didn't have it, they asked if they could possibly release any footage they have taken on the plaza on 9/11, but this was declined as it would interfere with law enforcement proceedings, specifically stating, "The FBI has completed its search for records subject to the FOIPA that are responsive to your requests. The material you requested is located in an investigative file which is exempt from disclosure. The records responsive to your request are law enforcement records. There is a pending or prospective law enforcement proceeding relevant to these responsive records, and release of the information could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings. Therefore, your request is being closed." It was also stated that they have plaza videos taken on 9/11, meaning that it's likely they hear more plaza music than us, but it wouldn't be a good time for them to release it. With all of this, it can be confirmed that the FBI did indeed have plaza footage that may or may not be the LOL Superman video. But it wouldn't take that long for someone to come forward and announce their possible finding of the lost footage. On December 13th, 2022, user Can't Stand Idiots theorized that a video hosted on a website hosted by Scott Bongham had linked video footage taken from the FOIA request in relationship to the FBI's Pentagon/Twin Towers bombing investigations. The video is titled NE521 and contains the same video resolution and camera quality. At the time, part 1 of the NE521 video was known to be on YouTube, which led many people to question what happened to part 2, since it's mentioned in both Bongham's website description of the video and the YouTube video description itself, as it says that there are some graphic scenes in the second part. Because of this, it was then questioned whether or not the second part may have been the LOL Superman footage. It was shortly discovered that the NE521 video had become accessible online. The graphic scenes that were mentioned were actually showing the impact of the second plane hitting the South Tower, which completely debunked the theory. At the time of recording this video, no footage of LOL Superman is known to exist on the internet, and on top of this, the original screenshot that was thought to be linked to the video isn't even related to the video at all. While I was editing this video, the origin of the screenshot was posted onto the Lost Media subreddit. It was discovered by user GTunes Animation. They stated how they remember that someone mentioned running into 2 people heading over to the plaza during the attacks, in which one of them was a Chinese journalist. They then decided to translate America to traditional Chinese, and without being too specific, they included the word 2001 into a closed quote YouTube search to help narrow the results. These 2 keywords were used, and after scrolling through a lengthy list of results, they came across a video from June 2001. It clearly wasn't a 9/11 video, but without thinking too much about it, they still clicked it because they watched too many graphic videos from that day, and so they wanted to view something about the World Trade Center that didn't involve death. Out of nowhere, the infamous frame from the original screenshot was seen. Even after reading the title, it was roughly translated to be, "The loving mother came to the United States to visit the real scene of the Sisters building." At approximately the 1 minute and 34 second mark of the video, we can clearly see the frame shot. With everything considered, the LOL Superman video is completely lost at the moment. In my opinion, the biggest lead so far is from the FOIA request that was sent to the FBI. However, the only problem with this is if they're willing to release the footage, and if they do decide to do that, there's still the possibility that the footage released isn't actually related to the LOL Superman video. I've noticed that there's a ton of mixed feelings regarding the video's authenticity. While there are a large group of people who genuinely believe that the video is out there and just can't be accessed for certain reasons, others have argued that maybe it just doesn't exist, and I'm well aware that's not the conclusion a majority of you want to hear, but it was suggested that it could just be a bunch of people's faulty memories, and they were perhaps thinking of other 9/11 jumper videos. At this point, all people can do is continue searching. If any of you watching have any thoughts or comments about the lost video, feel free to leave them in the comment section.